What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, so that means it's time for the next Multiversus Yay or Nay series. Today we got a character by the name of Rex Salazar. Some people might also know him or the show as Generator Rex. Now, this character is actually really fun and full of almost unlimited potential. Now, why do I say that? How about we give a brief intro about the character for anybody that hasn't seen or heard about this guy before. So Rex, he basically has this ability that he can grow any weapons or machinery at will. And he grows it basically out of his body. But it's thanks to these nanites that are kind of bonded to him on a molecular level. So think of him like a Iron Man in a way with the nanos, the nanotechnology. It's basically kind of that. Can kind of grow whatever weaponry and machinery that he thinks of, just whatever might help him in certain situations. Go for it. It's like a really cool ability. Now imagine that at the hands of Player First Games, the developers creating a moveset for this guy. Oh, that'd be absolutely nuts. So what are some ideas for a moveset, you might ask? Well, luckily, let's jump into a few of them here. First one is, move number one. This one is called the Smack Hands. I believe that's the correct term for this one. But this one is probably Rex's most reliable weaponry that he uses. So these Smack Hands, they basically act as these two huge fists, obviously one on each hand. And Rex, you can kind of throw them wherever you want into his moveset, but you can punch with them, you can slam them downwards in the air. That could be like his down air, like a spike or something like that. The punches could be maybe his jab combo if you want. Maybe like a lunging forward punch, like a grounded side special or something, or even a spinning backhand or something. Basically, the fists are pretty big and they're meant for melee sort of combat. So it's just an obvious inclusion if you know about Rex. And if you don't, that's why we're trying to explain him a little bit to give you guys an idea of what his moveset could be. But if you know Rex, this would probably have to be in his moveset. 100% guaranteed, no doubt. Even if it's just for one or two moves, it is Rex. How about move number two? Let's go with the Slam Cannon. This one's actually pretty cool. This one does give, if you guys know me for the Yay or Nay series, I always like to come up with at least one move that's a somewhat of a projectile for a character, and that's the Slam Cannon would be that for Rex. So the Slam Cannon is kind of, how do we say this? It's kind of it's just like a rocket launcher, maybe a grenade launcher type. Now we'll say it's basically a rocket launcher, where Rex can basically fire a shot made up out of this balled up metal or material, but he fires it at a high velocity. So the attack would have great range, and the attack would also have really good damage output. All right, so that seems good. Great range for a projectile and very high damage. Well, how do you balance it? Well, in order to balance this a little bit, to balance it out, you could make the startup animation come somewhat somewhat slow, right? So Rex during the show when he uses this, he basically has to plant the Slam Cannon into the ground, and then it absorbs material that it gets planted in, and then it uses that as the material. So maybe he plants it, and that could take maybe half a second to a second to do, and then he fires it out, but then it could also have pretty decent end lag as well. Regardless of you hit the shot or if you miss it, it's very beginning and end lag heavy to compensate for the extremely great range and the damage. And also to further balance this a little bit, I think you should only be able to fire this one time at a time, and then the move goes on cooldown. So obviously use some cooldown effects if he comes into the game to help, recycle this move and get back to it faster. But this would be a phenomenal attack, a great KO option, a great sniping tool, great everything. So Slam Cannon, move number two. And then move number three, the Boogie Pack, or AKA a jetpack. This thing's kind of cool. So like I said, Rex, one of his abilities that he does and he utilizes quite a bit is where he grows machinery at will, and that's what this is. He basically grows this jetpack that has these turbine-like engines in the wings, and then he flies around on them. He can blast off at extremely fast speeds, so he can fly through the air. So it could be like a really, really fast dash upwards or dash sideways, depending on which direction you are holding the stick when you use the attack. But this one would make a lot of sense for like an up special, his like vertical recovery type of move. And since the sorry, excuse me, but since the jet engines, the wings on the jetpack here are quite big, those would have like hitboxes itself. So if he's flying straight upwards, it will actually hit somebody, you know, so it can still deal damage, and you know, that way he's not just totally left vulnerable, but basically kind of dashes really fast upwards or left or right, again, which depending on the direction you're holding the stick. But then he just kind of like crashes into somebody. Think of it like that. So it's like a high speed impact, and then yeah, but otherwise good vertical recovery. But yeah, the Boogie pack, definitely another thing that would need to be included for Rex. Now let's talk about the alternate costumes a little bit. I got two really cool ones here. Two really cool. I love both of these. So first up, this one is called the Omega form. Now look at this. This would probably have to be a legendary outfit. This thing looks so cool. He gets like this brand new, like he actually gets armor, and he's got like the power core thing right in the center of his shit. This thing just looks really cool. He's got like the flaming, the fire hair. I don't know. This just, yeah, I know it doesn't look anything like him, but this is like his Omega form. So this would be a really cool, obviously got to shrink him down a little bit to, you know, keep with his normal height and data and all that sort of, yeah, all that sort of data for his character. But this would be so cool. I love this one. It would be really cool. Another one, check this one out. This one is called the Upgrade Suit. Now, this thing looks actually pretty cool. It looks something like straight out of Tron. But you want a fun fact about this one? Yeah, that logo on his suit might look a little familiar, huh? Well, if you didn't know, he actually gets this suit from merging his nanites with one of Ben 10's aliens. That's actually kind of a cool little crossover right there, isn't it? Ben 10 and Generator X had a little crossover, and he kind of merged with them, and he got this new upgrade suit. This would be pretty cool. And then could you imagine if Ben 10 does get playable, and then Generator X get playable? That'd make for a pretty formidable duo. That'd be pretty. They could also make pretty decent rivals as well if you want to go that route. But this suit nonetheless would be so cool. I would buy this in a heartbeat. I think it looks cool. Again, it looks straight out of Tron, but still looks pretty dang cool. And that leaves us to the end of the video, the yay or nay portion. Well, this one's easy for me. This one is a gigantic yay. I've been a big fan of Generator Rex for a long time. Love the show, love the character, love the designs, love the moveset potential, like everything about him. Love it. So please, big yay for me. Please add him to the game at some point. That'd be great. But he kind of seems like one of those characters that probably doesn't have a chance, because I don't think too many people are clamoring for him. But I don't know. You never know. Maybe they surprise us. But either way, that is going to be it. There are no updated stats today. That will be next Sunday. And we will also have a brand new character poll, most likely Thursday. If not Thursday, then Friday. But there will be a new character poll for the ANA series in the community tab later this week, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, as always, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.